how can I overcome attachments? I do seva for injured animals, and they suffer a lot. Some of them even die. You start loving these animals, and if something happens, it's very painful. Spirituality is not about giving up your humanity. There's nothing in spirituality that says, thou shalt not love, thou shalt not care, thou shalt become cold-hearted and indifferent and apathetic. There's nothing in spirituality that says that. When someone, something we love suffers, even someone, something we don't even know. You drive through these mountains. You drive through streets of India. And you see poor people, you see homeless people on the side of the road. If that doesn't make you sad, there's something wrong. It's not that becoming sad by seeing that is something wrong. We should become sad. Because what that means is that we are aware they are not separate from us. If you are able to walk by, drive by, people suffering hunger, illness, homelessness, poverty, and you don't feel something inside, that's when you should start to worry. But it's a very subtle aspect here, because when we talk about not being attached, and we talk about the pain that arises in this case with animals who are suffering, we're called upon, we're given rather this very, very interesting and beautiful opportunity to live two aspects of the truth simultaneously. It's not either or, it's simultaneous. And these two truths are as follows. Number one, I have a human heart, and that heart feels love, and it feels compassion, and it cares, and it feels connection, and therefore it suffers when others suffer. And that's beautiful. That is beautiful. That is our humanity. And the other truth is, it's all just God. There is nothing but God. And all of these are just waves in the infinite ocean of divinity. Suffering, death, wealth, poverty, success, failure. All of this are just infinitesimal waves in this ocean of God. There's nothing but God. And in that infinite ocean of God, there are certain waves that arise at different moments. But it's all still God, even though it's the wave. Right? Like when a wave arises in the ocean, it doesn't stop being ocean. It's still ocean. It's just also a wave. And in the same way, when there are waves, as there are constantly, of suffering, of death, of joy, of gain, of loss, these are minuscule wave forms in the ocean of perfection, the ocean of divinity. And remember, it's not either or. It's not that one is higher and one is lower. Or that sometimes we should be a human and sometimes we should be deeply spiritual. It's actually about holding both of these truths in your consciousness at the same time. This awareness that yes, everything is perfect. Everything is God. There is no you, there is no me, there is no animal. There is no death. Because it's all just infinite life. It's all just God. It's timeless. Like in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, the soul, the spirit, you are that which was never born, will never die. So that's not just true about Arjuna, that's true about all of us. It's true even about the animals that this question asker is asking about. The soul is the soul, whether it's the soul of a puppy or the soul of a human. Just in different incarnations, in different vehicles for different karmic packages. So we hold the awareness, it's all perfection, it's all God. There's nowhere to go, there's nothing to do. It's just God. And simultaneously, that here we are as humans, and when someone falls down on the road in front of you, you bend down and you help them up because you are a human. And if you don't, that's a problem. Tragically, people think that, I've heard people say, I'm becoming very aloof, as though that were a good thing. This and this one died, this and this one's suffering, this and this is happening, and nothing impacts me. As though that were a good thing. We're not meant to discard our humanity. God doesn't make mistakes. God gave us eyes that cry, a heart that loves, that cares, brains that are capable of innovation, planning, creativity. We're not supposed to just pretend we don't have these and become aloof. But we're also not supposed to get lost in the story. And when we get lost in the story, oh my God, the animal died, then we've lost the rest of the picture. Just like if we ignore the guy who's fallen down in front of us because we say, well, it's all perfect, it's all God. Yeah, that blood that's just gushing out of his leg, it's all God. It's all perfect. That's problematic. In the same way that it's problematic to forget that it's all God and to get totally lost in, oh my God, the guy, and oh my God, this, and oh my... And the real beautiful opportunity we've been given is to hold the space for both simultaneously. Yes, it's all God. Yes, it's all perfect. And yes, people are hungry and they are suffering, and it is our duty to feed them. And yes, when we care and love, we lose. And when we lose, it hurts. And that's beautiful because it reminds us we're human. And it reminds us of this beautiful heart we have. And so, to the sweet being who's doing this seva for animals, it's beautiful that you care. It's beautiful that you connect. Serve them. Care, love. But don't lose yourself. Don't lose the rest of the picture. Allow yourself also to know that this animal incarnation that they've had is also part of God's perfect plan. This suffering they are having is also part of this plan. And yes, you should help them. And yes, it's part of God's perfect plan. And to just expand our awareness to hold space for both of those at the same time.